Color guard dismissed.
Very good. Mr. Secretary, can I have roll call, please?
President Thomas.
Here.
Vice President Vincent.
Here.
Secretary Hendry. Here. Treasurer Hop.
Hop. Are you
She's here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm only here in body, not spirit, sorry. I can't hear, my ears are plugged up.
Ms. Savard.
Cell phones off, everyone.
Is that my phone? I hope not.
Marilyn's here.
here, Marilyn? She's here.
Marilyn's here. Lazarovitz is here.
So sorry, I turned it down earlier.
Ms. Skelton. Myself.
Myra's here, Luna's here.
Mr. Vallejo.
Here.
Okay. Mr. Anand.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. De La Cuesta.
Here.
Ms. Patton.
262 Van Nuys Boulevard, which is here.
Mr. Lynn.
It's the round.
They can't hear you.
Okay. I don't have a microphone.
And
Ms. Patton.
Kathleen's here.
Okay. Mr. Lynn. I don't see. Mr. Luna.
Here.
62.
Mr.
correct,
Marabi?
The
Here.
Martin Brody Building.
Ms. Raines.
Yeah, you'll see.
Ms. Arzola.
She's right across the street.
I don't see. Okay.
Yep.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum and we can conduct business. We'll start off with public comment and we'll just go right down the list. Monica, you are up first.
Mr. President,
Yes.
did we call anybody's name?
Penelope is here
Yeah.
and you were recognized by the secretary as being here.
Yeah, see, I
Penny's
can't
here.
hear.
Penny wants it to be known that she's here.
I
Yeah,
saw
we need
it.
our microphones.
We are working on that.
I knew it. Especially for those of us who have no hearing because our ears are plugged up.
What?
My ear, see, my ears and my sinuses, I can't hear or breathe.
Yes.
He recognized that you were here. You're here.
Pretty sad. Okay.
Monica, you just want to address the board while they're setting up, or?
Oh, okay, all right. In the 10-plus years that I've attended VNNC meetings, I have to say that the stakeholders recognize that the board members are volunteers. Likewise, the residents of Van Nuys who sacrifice their time when they attend VNNC meetings also are volunteering their time. Many stakeholders feel it is important to know what the council is doing for or to our neighborhoods, so we attend the necessary meetings. For example, to support Fire Station 39 and to oppose the removal of a board member when it was said that she allegedly misrepresented herself. I'd like to underscore the importance of listening to the residents and providing accurate and appropriate representation of the neighborhoods. We need a neighborhood council that hears the voice of the neighborhoods and represents that voice. We do not need a council packed with individuals serving their own agendas, political or otherwise. We can convey our message at a neighborhood council meeting that runs efficiently and takes 2 hours instead of 5 hours, or doesn't allow the residents to speak before 3 hours have passed. We ask that you legitimately reach out to the Van Nuys community and that in the future you will do the will of the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Up next, we have Donna Pearman. Donna.
Yeah. Okay, I agree that something has to be done so the meetings don't turn into a 5-hour. Thank goodness I was able to come early this time, but not always I'm able to come early, so I'm hoping in the future that, I understand last time it didn't work out, but in the future that there'll be 2 public comments for people who can't get here at the time, and probably before, at the very end, there should be a spot where you could do the, where we can have public comment, not at the very end and not at the very beginning, but before some of these other things go through. So I think that might be something to be looked at. And Of course, we have some new buses that are coming up. I'm looking forward to see the new bus that's going to be on Van Nuys Boulevard. It's going to be going up Van Nuys to, and circling and somehow getting on the 405 freeway and going straight to Westwood. So I'm looking forward to that bus. Missed the 741. I'm hoping that will run just as well as the 744 will run as well as the 741. So as a 761 bus will be gone for anybody who ever takes a bus. That new bus will go down Sepulveda, but there is a different bus, which they won't put down the number, that will go down Van Nuys Boulevard. And we need to, anyway, I'll let Marion bring up stuff about the federal level, but.
Thank you, Donna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right. Up next, Candito.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, council members, stakeholders. First of all, Mr. President, I want to thank you for your leadership. You've done a great job. But I also want to make sure that I acknowledge Monica. The one thing I've learned in the last couple of weeks in walking around in the Van Nuys area is that woman has more people who will sign for her and who will elect her than I think everybody on this board. Monica, I just hope one day that you do run for one of the seats here. I also want to acknowledge Maria. Maria, we had an event over at Delano Park about 3 weeks ago. The neighborhood council was there. They did a great job, but you organized that event, and you don't get enough credit for the things you do. Currently, Mr. President, I know the Van Nuys Neighborhood Council didn't do anything as far as decorations. Maybe next year we can. We're not doing anything as far as any kind of a Christmas or a holiday event. But at all of your locations, the parks and also the Jeopardy programs with LAP, et cetera, we will make sure that we get as much candy, whatever they need, we're going to be supporting them, Mr. President. I want to thank you for your support. And again, we've got some really good members on the board, and we just have to get past some of the arguments we have. We can do some great things in this community. Thank you.
Good man. Thank you, sir. All right, up next, we have Kenny Ortega, who served on this board for years, and he will be introducing to us one of the new businesses in Van Nuys. So, Mr. Ortega, you have the floor.
Good evening, President, board members, and stakeholders. I am here for one purpose, and that is to introduce a new business owner here in the community, right around the corner. It's called
Giallo Tacos.
And it's right behind the T-Mobile. So I'll just go ahead and let him do his thing. Thank you.
I was just brought in here like a minute ago, but yes, we opened a new taqueria around the corner on Van Nuys and Victory, and it's an authentic taqueria. My wife is from Mexico and take great pride in the quality and love the area. Was born here in California and was raised at Woodman and Victory. Wow. So we've been here a long time, 52 years.
I got you beat.
Local. 64. Oh yeah. So hope you have a chance to come and try it. My background is food and beverage. I've toured the world with Four Seasons Hotels and Intercontinental as a food and beverage director and manager, and got a long background in the food and beverage business. So,
What are your hours?
From 10 a.m. to 8 o'clock currently. After the new year, we're going to do a little later hours because we're starting to get a little bit more momentum with the community. And so far we've gotten great reviews. We've been open 2 months, and it's a great, we've got an open courtyard, music, and I think very good food. So,
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we can cater next meeting with his restaurant.
Yes, we already discussed that.
Yeah.
I would be happy to.
Perfect.
Love the opportunity.
Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll taste your food in
I
January.
hope so. Please.
Very good.
All right,
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you
Yes,
very much.
definitely.
Thank you.
All right, up next, Kathy Novak. Kathy Novak.
I'm here to speak on a specific agenda item.
8G.
Yes.
We'll save you for that. That's very good. All right. Last but certainly not least, Miriam Fogler. Miriam, you have 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I wish I did, but no, I really would appreciate 2 minutes, yeah.
You have 2 minutes, Miriam.
Okay. I want to say that I'm very happy to be here, a joyous occasion, and I'm looking forward to that everybody here that I want to say that Mrs. Hop, Mrs. Hop offered the food tonight on behalf, she got her, a gift. So I appreciate it very much, having Mrs. Hop, she's honorable to provide the food tonight, and I want to give her that recognition. And I'm just very, very happy to have, the whole, everybody here, and I just wish that things would be better. Okay, and I'd like to have the video conferencing turned back on. I'd like to have the city bringing in the money to the neighbor councils that they deserve to have here, because they're doing a lot for the community. And because of our board members, Mrs. Hop and Joseph and Howard, especially Howard and Mrs. Hop, they're doing such a great job that we need to bring in more people to bring this community up. And I can see some of the things that are taking results, and I'd like it to continue that way. I don't want this bashing from Dianne Feinstein telling that we are guilty of torture, when in fact it's not a conclusive, it's an incomplete report. So this is a great country, and I'm glad to be here. I'm proud to be an American. How many of you agree too?
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you very much, Miriam. All right, moving on. That is all the public comments for this period of time. Secretary's report. Mr. Secretary, you have the floor.
Okay. The Secretary did distribute October and November minutes.
Excuse me. Put your hand up, girl. We have one person there with her hand up who wanted to make a public comment.
Oh,
also.
yes. Okay.
There you go.
Does she have a
Come
card?
on, guys.
No.
Don't you ever put a card?
We'll come back to you in a second, Mr. Hendry.
Hello,
Hi, you guys.
We have an outpatient facility on Oxnard. We service domestic violence clients, and we have been getting a lot of clients from the county and from DCFS and the Los Angeles courts, and we've been doing well with our clients. They're getting their self-esteem back. We're teaching them life skills, learning how to deal with their domestic violence situation, and learning how to stay a part of the domestic violence scope of living, so that they can remain free from domestic violence. And in doing so, the word has gotten out to other clients or other domestic violence victims that are not coming through our system with funding. So we were kind of requesting funding to see if we, for some supplemental counseling and provide gas cards and blankets and little things that help domestic violence victims gather their self-esteem back and their confidence, and things that are kind of often overlooked.
Perfect.
And may I tell you
process,
that I went to a meeting and I
Jeanette will tell you about the process.
I gave them the paperwork already, but we didn't get them on the agenda. So we're introducing them this time so we can get them on the agenda next time, and so that we can vote, because it's a worthy cause. I like what they're doing, and we want to help as many people as we can, so that they get out of that cycle of
Jeanette's
violence.
your point person.
Are they
So
nonprofit?
It all goes through her,
They are
so you submit the
nonprofit, yes.
paperwork to
So that's why they
Jeanette.
need help, because if the courts provide the money,
When the
they're okay,
paperwork's
courts don't always do
approved,
it.
it comes to the executive committee. You have 3 hoops to fire, but she's going to be,
Monday.
she is the one.
Everybody
She is the one.
submitted the paperwork.
Yeah, I
Okay, is
already
it
have
complete?
Yes.
Complete?
Okay, so then we will put you on the executive committee agenda in January, and we will hopefully be voting on this in January. You could go through the executive committee, you go through the budget and finance committee, which she chairs, and then you come before the full council and we vote. So we will see you in January.
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, you guys. Okay, back to you, Mr. Secretary. Secretary's report.
Okay, the Secretary has distributed both the October and November minutes. Copies are on the table over there if anyone would like a last-minute look at them, or if anyone wishes to make comments. The Secretary awaits a motion to approve them.
I would say we do 2 separate votes just to be on the safe side and run it all normally. So I make a motion that we approve the October minutes.
Seconded.
Seconded by Mr. Lazarovitz. Mr. Secretary, I call for the vote on the October minutes.
I'm sorry. It was inside.
Okay, President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Abstain.
Just a Second, okay. Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer Hop,
Aye.
Ms. Savard,
Yes.
Ms. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr.
She
Lazarevis,
said yes.
Yes.
Mr. Martin, Ms. Skelton, Ms. Skelton. I don't see her at the moment.
She stepped out.
Okay, just a second. Mr. Camara,
Yes.
Mr. Waleko,
Yes.
Mr. Anand. Okay, he's not here. Mr. De La Cuesta.
Yes.
Mr. Padden. Mr. Luna,
Yes.
Mr. Marabi,
Yes.
Ms. Raines. It passes.
Very good. I make a motion that we approve the November minutes.
Seconded.
Mr. Lazarovich seconds the motion. Mr. Secretary, I call for the vote.
President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Abstain.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer Hop,
Aye.
Ms. Savard,
Yes.
Ms. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Lazarovich,
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Skelton has not stepped back, okay. Mr. Kamara,
Yes.
Mr. Waleko,
Yes.
Mr. De La Cuesta,
Yes.
Ms. Padden,
Yes.
Mr. Luna,
Yes.
Mr. Marabi,
Yes.
Ms. Raines.
Yes.
Passes?
Very good. Do you have anything else for us, Mr. Secretary?
No, except to remind everybody about the bank thing that is coming tomorrow, which I guess we'll have further reminders of.
I believe we have 6 of us going, and we RSVP'd last week, and I will see you there, Mr. Secretary.
Yes.
Treasurer's report. Jeanette Hop, you have the floor.
Yay.
Yay!
It's on time for once, and yours truly is not as prepared as normal, but I will quickly disseminate this. Okay, this month, we didn't really actually seemingly spend that much, but because this is actually for last month, so for November, so it seems like, we didn't spend a whole lot, but we actually did because a lot of it was this month. So Howard and I, mostly Howard, have been very, very busy purchasing our name plaques, our jackets.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The projector, which yours truly paid for out of her pocket because it was over the $500 limit with the tax. I will get reimbursed because that I'm not that generous. Generous, but not
You're
that
on the
generous.
agenda for that.
Yeah, I didn't even look. And we've gotten a number of other things, and for those of you who don't know, that projector was purchased so that when we have the big summit on the 17th, the mayor's office, who had some things he wanted to utilize that equipment for, will be able to do that. It is the property of the neighborhood council, so it will be properly so marked if it hasn't already been.
Has not been.
Okay, and it will then be stored, not here where it will get snitched, but where it hopefully won't be, and everything will be fine. One other, okay, for this month, we spent $143.58, big whoop, because this was again last month. It says we have $27.60.70, actually it's a little less than that because of all the stuff we spent, and some of it's encumbered for neighborhood purpose grants, which still haven't been paid, but will be. So we're closer to about 20 grand less what we spent on all this stuff we just got, which I haven't deducted out of there yet because it's really not till next month. So I'm not sure exactly what it will be by then, but that'll be next month's report. We had a number of budget advocate meetings. I've been so busy I couldn't see straight, which is why I sound terrible right now. I have gone to a number of, they've broken it down into committees that are going to different department heads and trying to work on, trying to go at the budget in a different manner. We've been going with the theme, live within your means, but we're also trying to ask them not what we can get rid of, not what we can cut in order to stay in the budget, but rather how may we help them achieve their goals. And one of the things we were suggesting was to look at the departments more closely because there are some really, as in the past, duplicating efforts. And if we could combine them and then not necessarily lay anybody off, but try to find, there are a number of departments that have openings, try to put those people in those departments because trying to hire somebody is really hard. They might have the approval on the budget for it, but the process is very lengthy and by the time they get it approved, the money's gone. They freeze it, and it only has to go from year to year. It's hard to explain, but bottom line, they don't get the person. So if we could do it that way, they're already approved, they're already an employee, it will be much quicker, much more expeditious, better way to do things. So we've come up with some suggestions like that. If you guys think of any other great ones, you've heard from Ron Galpern in the past and a few other people. If you go online and look at things, you can see what actually is being paid and by whom and how. Some of the departments actually make money, some of them take from the general fund. So it's nice when you can make it, it helps, but we're trying to do that, and it's very, it's a lengthy job. Right now, we're in the process of writing the white paper, which is the report that we make to them to tell them what we see as ways that we've been able to help streamline things for them, to help them. We're going to be asking them more, how else can we help you? And hopefully things will get through that way. That concludes my report at this point. Thank you so much.
Let me make two additions.
All right, let's hear from,
One sec. I got a question on, did we get the money from Dunn? I promise you, we're not losing it, but we haven't got it yet.
Okay. It's in the works though, right?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is, and I'll remind
Is it
Gracie again.
favorable? Is it favorable?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
good.
They know we've been working hard.
Mr.
They see all
Vice
these
President,
summits
Mr.
that
Vice
we've been
President, you are
working on and all the
recognized.
stuff we've been doing, they're very pleased with us.
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
I may not be, but everybody else
Going
is.
in for you.
Pardon me?
We need to have
Howard
that
Benjamin.
going in.
Yeah, we do.
Howard Benjamin is recognized.
Mr. Benjamin.
Okay, we purchased, which is not on this report, we purchased jackets for the council.
Because it's December.
Yeah, and that came to $475.98. They will be here by next week, so we will be able to have them for the next council meeting on Wednesday,
So
hopefully.
nobody will be cold.
We purchased also nameplates, permanent nameplates for council members, and that came to $352.98. They as well will be here by next Wednesday. Jeanette and I went down to VIP Printing and ordered cards for the remaining members of the board that do not have business cards. So that would be Maria, Kathleen, Carino, Jerry, I can't see who's back there. Stacy, Penny, Marilyn, Daniel,
Joseph?
Canby,
You have yours already? Never mind.
John,
Joseph has his.
Derek,
Okay.
and John. So all of you will have new business cards in the format that's coming up. Jeanette, did you take a look at any of the proofing for those business cards?
I tried to bring it up, but it didn't.
Okay, I proofed them today and turned it in.
Good, as long as you did. Because I tried to
It's
bring
the
up
same
the
as
stuff and
ours,
everything that you already.
It'll be
couldn't-
identical to ours. All right.
So, yeah.
So they're on the way. We got the business cards printed, I believe, for $20 a pop.
Yeah, pretty cheap.
You think
So-
we'll have them by
She's
this
really good.
Wednesday?
We should have them by Wednesday, yeah. I mean, we were a little tardy in turning in the proofing because there was a mistake on,
There were several.
Did you put
Kathleen's
that in
cards, on Jeffrey Lynn's card, and on Carino's card. So I proofed it out and it's correct now.
500.
Everybody's gonna-
No, 1,000.
Oh, 1,000?
Yeah, I believe there's 1,000 cards in there. Yeah.
What else?
So that's it I got. That's all I got.
Perfect. Without further ado, I make a motion that we approve the,
Before, I just wanted, we should go ahead and change, the total doesn't add up. It's not 143.58, it's 142.58.
It's 142.
duly noted,
Oh, I have $1 off? Yeah, I saw that, sorry.
142.58?
142.58.
Yeah, I know
Perfect.
that. I didn't correct it, so sorry.
I make a motion
But the
that we
total should be
approve
correct.
the treasurer's report for November.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote, Mr. Secretary.
President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer
That
Hoff.
was a typo, sorry. Aye.
Okay, Ms. Hart.
That's sharp.
Okay, Ms. Meyer.
Aye.
Mr. Lazarowitz.
Aye.
Mr. Martin.
My research on pencils.
Ms. Skelton. Mr. Kamara.
Aye.
Mr. Valeka.
Yes.
Mr. De La Cuesta.
Did Stacy get all three names?
Ms. Fadden.
Yes.
Mr. Luna.
Yes.
Nice.
Mr. Marabi.
Yes.
Ms. Raines. Passes.
Very good. Before we get into the committee chairperson's reports, I did get another public comment speaker card in from from Cindy Montanez. So Cindy, you are recognized if you want to, you have the floor. Wherever you want.
Okay, over here. Well, good evening, Mr. President and council members. Again, thank you for your service on the neighborhood council. And good evening to all the members of the community. I'm Cindy Montanez, and I live in Van Nuys, so I'm also a resident of Van Nuys, but I'm also a candidate for LA City Council, District 6, which covers all of Van Nuys, Lake Balboa, Panorama City, and Arleta, and Sun Valley, and a little bit of North Hills and North Hollywood. So like I said, I live here and I want to run for city council because I just believe like Van Nuys could be better, right? I mean, I wake up and where I live, Sherman-Williams, Blvd, in that area, I wake up and like literally the other day there's graffiti, not on the street, but on our private property. On our private property. Like it's no longer just like on the streets, it's like going into people's private property. Of course, we all know, right, there's just trash everywhere and it's just like there's never a day that you don't go by where there isn't like stacks of just like, you know, mattresses and you know, sofas and the mattresses there. I have pictures of all this stuff, you know, because I get frustrated every day when I go out for my walk or I go out for my jog. Mattresses where they're there forever and there's graffiti all over them. Right, so then it starts becoming like you start seeing the gang activity and all this. Anyways, I believe in Van Nuys. I mean, I live here. I think it's a beautiful community. A lot of us have talked about, right, just like how the beautiful, like historic bones of like Van Nuys Boulevard. The neighborhoods are beautiful, but there's a lot of, you know, neighborhoods that need to be improved, right? A lot of beautiful neighborhoods, and we've seen like development, and we've seen things going in a direction that isn't good for our neighborhood. It isn't necessarily like always bringing it up, but there's some really good things that happen because of the neighborhood council. Right, things that are happening because of the work that you're doing, that is changing and making Van Nuys beautiful. So I want to run for city council because I want to work with all of you here. I want to work with the neighborhood. This is like a place where, like I said, where I live. This is my community. I believe, like even right now, the holidays. I remember, like we all remember, right? Van Nuys Boulevard looking beautiful for the holidays. Why not? Let's bring it back. Let's make it feel like it's Christmas in Van Nuys, in the heart of the valley. So there's many things that I want to do. I want to do it with all of you. I would love to have your support. There's only two of us, the incumbent and me. So the election is March 3rd. So that's it. We vote once. It's less than 90 days away. And I think like after that, you know, from what I see, I think the Daily News did an editorial that people in the valley, we all want to see a change. We're not happy with the status quo, right? We want to see a change. And so that's what I just really believe that, you know, this is what it's about. I would love to have your support. Over 1,600 people signed our petition saying, Cindy, we want you to run. That's a lot of people that are saying we want you to run. So yeah, so when you see my name on the ballot, you'll see we're first on the ballot. Wow. So for Cindy, remember Cindy? Like you'll see, if you remember that house, so again, thank you to all the neighborhood council members, thank you to all the members of the community. I will be here, so ask
I might
me
have it in the
questions.
office.
I'm actually gonna have a little office right here.
I just saw it online, but I'll get you a hard copy.
That you can always come by and see me. If you have more questions or would like to, you know, continue to work together on issues even now. You know, Monica and I are gonna talk about some of the stuff that's going on even now that we can work on together. Okay, so thank you.
Sure, just a couple.
I'm gonna start working at there on Monday, right at the general country store. So, yeah. For my phone number is 818-794-9466. 818-794-9466, and then my email is Cindy, so C-I-N-D-Y, M, dot, Cindy, C-I-N-D-Y, and then M as a Montanez.
Yes, I'm tired.
Dot 2013 at gmail.com. So email me too. I'm really good about responding to emails. And then, or Facebook me. Lots of community members are always sending me Facebook messages at Gmail. Yeah, Gmail. Or Facebook me, find me Cindy Montanez, Montanez. And then you'll find me on Facebook. A lot of community members. I find that's always a really easy way to get in contact with
Ms. Montanez, do you know how much it costs to put up the decorations? Out of
Okay.
curiosity, because that comes out of our budget. We did that last year. We ordered them extra early. We paid a considerable sum of money. The contractor had a fire in his building, so we paid him the money. It was supposed to be in two payments, one before to help him get the things ready to do it, and the rest upon completion, they went up for less than, he was paid more than 2 months ahead of time, in full, by the city, by the state. And the decorations didn't go up until less than 2 weeks before Christmas.
So what's the question?
So the problem is, we didn't want to go through all that again. My question to her is, does she know how much that is, and is she willing to pay for it? Because that's why it didn't get done this time. We got the
This is
funds
why
to
I
get it realized.
absolutely, like, one thing that people that know me, like, that have worked with me, is that I work really hard, and I always feel like one good thing is to have the support, like local businesses, neighborhood councils, the city, for us to really go out there, because the city obviously has a budget deficit, we all know that, right? There's a lot of things, like, we want to make sure our streets, you know, get fixed, our sidewalks are repaired, graffiti's removed, that trash is being kicked up. So, one of it, a lot big thing is gonna be me going out there and working with the local businesses, which I have like a strong support from a lot of business folks, because I'm always in here and walking the area. So getting the businesses involved, right? And to those community members like, you know, Kathy's and others that are actually neighborhood council members that have businesses in this area, you know, working together, right? And being able to figure out how we together as a community along with the city are able to bring back, even what if we just start in one street? And then next year, and then another year we get 2 and 3, and who knows, maybe, you know, soon enough. It just all depends on what kind of resources we have.
commit funds from your office?
I gotta stop this.
All right, hold on. Just in the interest of full disclosure, Cindy has committed to a debate in February, so has Nuys, and we can ask them every question in the book. We can re-ask them questions. The back and forth and public comment, we have the director of the zoo here. We got to get on with the meeting. Cindy, we look forward to seeing you in February. And it's my understanding that it's just Cindy and Nuys. The third guy did not qualify for the ballot, so it's just going to be the 2 of you, and we will rip into you then.
Yes.
Well, both of them. They're, you know, yes. So, moving on, committee chair reports. Joseph, with the Public Safety Committee, will be briefing us on Patrol Van Nuys LAPD Toys initiative.
The LAPD is having a toy drive.
Yes?
You can donate unwrapped toy at the station, and in return, the SLO will pack up their trunk with toys and drive in the neighborhood and give to the needy kids.
All right.
So this is a really nice event for the holiday. So the station's open 24 hours a day. They have the box over there. You can come and donate your toys, stuffed animal, anything unwrapped will be very appreciated by the kids. Thank you.
Very good, Joseph. Maria, who is our outreach chair, will now have the floor. Maria Skelton, you have the floor.
Thank you, board members. Thank you, people, for coming out. I did get permission from George to speak a little bit longer. Usually what I do, I know I would usually bring kids up and honor them for all the good things that they're doing in the community or just staying in school, off drugs, etc., etc. But this time I wanted to be a little different. What I did was I run to teachers from LA Unified School District, which is Miss Price. She's from Van Nuys High School, which is right there. As well as Mr. Malikian, he's from Reseda. Now, I know them too from my son's middle school. Miss Price, the history teacher. Mr. Malikian, the dean, yes, we was in his office a lot. As well as this young man right here, he has an awesome program. He is a pastor, but he basically deals with the at-risk kids. I can tell you honestly, not putting my business all the way out there, the other day I called him and I said, either you gonna come get my son out the house or I'm gonna call the cops on him. He can't, you know, so he deals with that type of stuff. So I always say, if anyone have any issues with their kids, a neighbor, a nephew, or something like that, that needs some type of help, please contact this young man. He also has a free math class at CSUN, and those are some of his students. I would like for them to be able to stand up and let this young man. this young man say something about himself.
Absolutely.
And afterwards, I don't want it to be too long, but I have a certificate which is for our president, okay? So that's one reason why I said I needed more time. And then I'll tell you who it's from, okay? Yes, please.
Well, thanks. She keeps calling me young man. I'm like, who's she?
Come on down.
I have a couple of, as you said, I am a pastor, but I also, I'm one of those bivocational pastors, so I pastor part-time, then I also work, and, most of my work is in public policy, so I have a doctorate in public policy from USC, and so that stemmed from my work in ministry because I wanted to find out what can I do that can make a significant difference in ministry. And so instead of seminary, and I did go to Fuller, but I also went to USC. And so out of that came, we had a discussion about 5 or 6 years ago about what can we do. We're a small church. What can we do to make an impact? And so we said, we got a few educated people, so maybe we can try to teach students math. And so that's how this all started. And so I have a little information about our program. I didn't bring enough. I didn't realize your board was so large, but I can provide whatever you need. I did that myself, so it's kind of convoluted. My wife normally does the administrative kind of stuff, so she wasn't available, so I had to do it. So the brochure is upside down on one side. But
Hey, it's like me, I can't add either.
But the thing about it is that the truth is, and I promise you I won't be long, but when we had in mind 15 kids when we started to do this. Because we're a small church. And we went to the Los Angeles Unified School District and said, can you give us 15 kids? And they said, oh, you won't get 15 kids, you want to get this program. And we're thinking, not even 15? And so at the end of the day, 45 kids showed up. We didn't have space for them. They also said that the parents wouldn't be involved. That's what they said. Well, the parents bought tables and chairs so that we could serve these kids. Not only that, LAUSD gets this bad rap in terms of its teachers. Well, our first teachers were volunteer, credentialed teachers who worked 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, for 6 weeks during the summer. So we need to give. We have about 150 kids in our program. The kids that are in our program, typically none of them get below a B in math. And so I brought 3 of our students. They don't have to say anything, but if you look at these guys here, you would never think that you're looking at students who are getting A's in advanced math.
Oh, I'm impressive.
As a matter of fact, one of them sitting over there, and they're all students at Chaminade. So it's not just we have public, private, homeschool. We have public, private, homeschool kids. We have the at-risk kids. We have the kids that don't care. We put them all in there together, and they learn because I make them. I don't play. I'm nice, but I don't play. And so the thing is that they are shining examples. They also serve now as tutors because they've done extremely well. But at least one of them has a 4.1 GPA at Chaminade.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good.
And they're fighting over who's going to get the highest. The one on the end is my son, and I told him at 3.7, and we'll think about earrings, but don't talk to me before that. So he's close. He said, I got a 3.5, Dad. That ain't good enough. So anyway, I just want to let you all know what we're doing. The program is absolutely free. All of our teachers are credentialed. They have an absolutely wonderful time, and they beat us there. And so that's the important thing. They're very, very motivated about it. They beat us to the site before we can get there. So thanks for your time.
What is your qualifications to get into your
just
program?
want to go to math. Just want to do math.
And what's the age range?
It's from 1st to 12th grade. I guess that is.
You need any more teachers?
We always need teachers.
I have a friend who's a math and science teacher at Van Nuys Middle School. and she taught gang kids for years.
We,
She's really good.
we want, if we had our way, we would open this up to every kid.
Her name is Joy Dubois.
I would be definitely interested, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted Ms. Price to say something, and then he could tell you his title. I know he has I call it a high title at at Reseda High, but I don't know.
Just want to say thank you. It's an honor to be here. I'm born and raised here in the Valley. I'm actually just recently relocated back to California. I was in Texas for almost 10 years. But LA was calling me home, so here I am.
Nice.
And so it's nice to be back home. I appreciate you honoring us this evening. It's been many, many years. I'm almost, I guess, 19 years teaching. And she was a wonderful, involved parent back in middle school, and I appreciate you just taking the time to even think of us. We appreciate what you do, and I wish we had more parents like you and just being involved and recognized. So thank you.
Good evening. My name is Chris Manikian. I used to work at Walter Reed Middle School, and I was a dean there. And I've been a dean for more than 10 years in different schools. Right now, there is a very, I don't find any appropriate words, but it's a wonderful program called Restorative Justice that has been implemented recently in Los Angeles Unified School District. That's an alternative to traditional discipline. So I realized that I was doing restorative justice without even knowing I was doing that. Something that brings the community together. I think